Another guy, man, and this is somebody me and you both talked about, and I go on record and say, because early on throughout the year, you know, we do a lot of game films. You know, we watch a lot of tape and stuff like that.
Especially in college. I'll watch them out there. And this, guys, I got this stuff coming to y'all. Just give me time. I'm big into college scouting. And I'm going to have a Patreon for y'all to get on where I'm going to give you all about 12, maybe even more of guys just to watch. Especially for your dynasty, because I feel like dynasty leagues are getting bigger. So I'm going to tell you guys that you can get like in the late rounds. Don't nobody know nothing about. They ain't on. But I've been scouting these guys and knows that they can fit in the offensive schemes in the pro this time and day. Because, you know, the college scheme is coming to the pros. So there's a lot of guys that, like Antonio Gibson, they're not getting a lot of work in college, but they fit perfect into a scheme because they are a hybrid. So, yeah.
And that's basically, that's who we're talking about. Antonio Gibson. He's a guy that a lot of people right now, they could have dropped him, or he's just still sitting out there on waivers.
Exactly.
You know,
trade for him.
Trade for him if you got to.
I would trade Naeem Hines right now for Antonio Gibson.
Yeah. Now I agree with that. Even though I'm still high on Naeem, but I'm higher on Gibson. And like I said, my man, he turned me on to him early in the off season. You know, I was looking at film on a lot of guys, Dylan, different other people, but he showed me. He said, "Man, yo, check out my man right here." Once I started watching film on the guy, I was like, "Holy smokes!" You know, you could see, especially the way in the direction that the game is going in the NFL right now. And then when he landed in Washington, it was a wrap. I was like, yo, this is going to be crazy because of the situation, because of Scott Turner, because of Riverboat Ron, with how he likes to use the offense, use backs in space, especially pass catching backs. And that's what Antonio Gibson did. You know, a lot of people want to talk about his sample size and things of that nature when he was at Memphis, but you got to look beyond that. Look at the talent. Look at what he brings to the table. It's all about schemes. I'm a real big believer in schemes, offensive schemes. Especially coming from being a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Look at how we do every year, man. You could put any, I don't care what back it is. You put that back in that Pittsburgh Steelers offense, he gonna be a top 10 back. It hasn't. We hadn't had one. Go back and look at history. We hadn't had one yet that didn't finish or was teeter-totter within that top 10, top 15 range as far as fantasy is concerned. But yeah, Antonio Gibson is a great buy low. Go out there and get him. His percentage, his snap percentage is going up every week. His targets, his routes, everything is increased. So when you see a trend where people are starting to increase, that's when you need to buy now because here's the thing, he gonna fool around and this week, boom, he have a 25-point game. You ain't gonna be able to get him unless you got the number on waiver wire.
Who was the back that you was telling me about earlier? Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
You remember Alvin Kamara didn't even really start bell cows really until like the 4th game of the season? After they got rid of AP?
Exactly.
So, guys, this is how you win leagues. This is how you win leagues. So you look, so right now, Gibson, I loved when he had 6 points because I didn't get the draft, so somebody took him. He had 6 points and then he had like 13 points this week, right?
Yeah.
So guys, he's trending up. By the time like week 8, 9, this guy gonna be having 20 points a game. They just getting him acclimated because he only had 33 carries, and they don't want to just rush him in there and he get injured or something. So every week he's getting better. So now you can trade for him, and then the guys, once you get that trade, the guys you traded for him, they're gonna be like, man, you tricked me, bro. You tricked me. You're gonna be on game. So go after Antonio Gibson right now, guys. I love him. And like I said, I done a video on him before the season started. I was one of the first guys on him. Check out my Twitter and my YouTube. I was one of the first guys on Antonio Gibson. And I, you know, me and him, we do this YouTube together. I had told him about him, man. He was like, oh my God. And he went way in the rabbit hole as far as watching stats. He told me, he said, Terry, he gonna start as a rookie. I said, man, come on now. He might get, you know, like Christian McCaffrey, you know, being a number 2, come in on pass downs. And then I heard they let AP go, and I looked at him. I said, "Bro, you right? He said, it's scary." I said, "Oh my God, AP go? They gonna let? They're not letting AP go because AP still is a hell of a runner."
Oh, absolutely.
So to let him go and give the Gibson shows you what they think of Gibson.
Exactly. They see the raw talent, and they see the potential that he has and what he can bring especially in that system. Like I said, that because if you look back last year at the end of last year, how they were using Christian McCaffrey, Scott Turner, and them, and basically Ron Rivera said this. A lot of people were kind of like, oh, whatever, Ron just talking. No, you'll see. But he compared him to Christian McCaffrey. Now imagine this. We talking about CMC, the great back, but Antonio Gibson is 6'2", 235 pounds. No, 238 pounds.
I'm about to say, because they lied.
238
I seen
pounds.
That dude about 250.
Yeah.
I said what I said.
Solid. Runs a 4.3, 40-inch vertical. So, body-wise, you know, he's bigger than Christian. So we basically talking about a bigger Christian McCaffrey. You might, and I said, like my man said, I said what I said. he is that. But you'll see. But trust our word. I'm telling you, you got an opportunity, go ahead and get him now. Have him on your squad, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be too late.
Trade for him.
Yeah.
Like, I would take, if I had Mike Davis, I would trade for him to get Antonio Gibson. You got anybody that you would trade? Naeem Hines.
Yeah.
I would trade for him. This is edgy.
Right.
This is what I'm about to say is very edgy, but I'm thinking about doing it in my league. I don't like the workload that's going on with Austin Eckler and Joshua Kelly.
Right.
And I think it's killing Eckler value.
Right.
And I don't know what Herbert's going to do. So maybe I should wait. But to me, I would take Austin Eckler right now and trick the Antonio Gibson owner and get Antonio Gibson on my team. Yes, I said it.
Yeah.
Because I believe at the end of the year, Austin Eckler ain't going to be able to compete with his numbers, because he ain't going to be getting the work that Antonio Gibson get. So it's just, his upside is crazy, bro.
And again, I see it, and I agree with you 100%, because, like I said, it's all about systems. It shifted once Rivers left, and then they pretty much shifted the whole philosophy, you know, in LA. Now it's like they really not really doing it. Like my man said, they not targeting him like that. Phillip Rivers is a check down guy. Herbert now, who's, you know, he's at the helm, he's slinging that ball. You know what I'm saying? And I have to be the first one to admit, because I'm a big Tyrod fan, and that's a whole nother story. We can get on that at another time, but I still feel like Tyrod's got great talent, but they're just handicapping Tyrod. They're not allowing Tyrod to be who he is. If you go back and look at his early days in Buffalo, when he had Greg Roman, Tyrod was doing his thing. Who does your boy got in Baltimore? Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Greg Roman.
Yep.
Who did Colin Kaepernick have?
Greg Roman.
See what I'm saying? So it's all about a system. So going back, you know, in a nutshell, like what TD was saying, here's the thing. Eckler is a great talent, but the system is not really fitting him right now. You know, you got to get the man out of space. You got to get him. You know, he's a pass catching back. He's not a bell cow. And they showing you right now. Hey, we know we like Eckler, but we're gonna give Kelly this run.
All the workload.
You see what I'm saying? So that's not crazy. What you said, I would do it. Go get Gibson. Gibson is the man.
We got to be the only channel saying this, guys. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll accept it. But if we right, this is why you come to this channel and get this type of content.
Yep.
Cutting edge all day.
In order to win, how you win fantasy football championships, you got to be cutting edge. You got to be ahead of the curve. You got to be able to get guys and listen to people who can see certain things. Like, yo, that kid gonna be nice or whatever before anybody else does, because that's the key. This waiver wire thing, the draft is one part of it.
It's one part.
Waiver wires every week, working your waiver wires and picking up players way before anybody else is on them. Even if you get players and use them as trade bait, that's how you win championships. That's how you build your team.
I agree 100%.